Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of TikToks. Today, I will discuss an interesting and thought-provoking question: is Google making us stupid? So this idea comes from the article written by Nicholas Carr, published in The Athletic. In our modern world, technology has become part of our daily lives, right? So many people rely on the internet, especially the Google, to search for information quickly and easily. Because of this, the article asks an important question: is the internet changing the way we think and learn? So according to Nicholas Carr, the internet may be affecting our ability to focus and think deeply. Before the rise of the modern internet, people often read books and long articles with full concentration. However, today, many of us tend to scan information quickly instead of reading deeply. When we search online, we jump from one link to another, which can make our thinking more shallow and distracted. Carr also explains that constant exposure to digital information trains our brains to prefer fast and short pieces of information. Because of this, some people find it harder to concentrate on long texts or complex ideas. Instead of remembering information, we sometimes depend on Google to store knowledge for us. However, it is also important to understand that Google itself is not necessarily making us stupid. Instead, it is changing the way we process information. The internet allows us to access knowledge quickly, communicate with others, and learn new things easily. In fact, it can make learning more convenient and efficient. The real issue is how we use technology. If we rely too much on quick searches without thinking critically, our ability to analyze and reflect may weaken. But if we use Google responsibly, such as researching deeply, verifying sources, and combining online learning with critical thinking, it can actually help us become more knowledgeable. Therefore, to answer the question, is Google making us stupid? The answer is not necessarily, because Google is simply a tool. Whether it helps or harms our thinking, it really depends on how we use it. If we balance technology with deep reading, reflection, and critical thinking, we can still develop strong intellectual abilities. So, in conclusion, technology has transformed the way we access information, but it should not replace deep thinking and meaningful learning. And as a student and future educator, we must learn to use technology wisely so that it enhances our knowledge rather than limiting it. So I think that's all for our TikToks today. So stay tuned for our next episode on TikToks. Bye-bye!